Won't you join us, the Church of Common Point? No. Okay. Won't you join us, the Church of Common Point? No. But maybe. But maybe. Should I start a religion? I don't know. Is Common Point going to become a religion? I don't know. You want to join us? Let's start a religion. Not a cult. Not a cult. A religion. The religion of Common Point. That's such a nice ring to it. The religion of Common Point. Have a big building and have this flame on a thing on the top of the building, like they do with the crosses and all the other symbols that religious people have on their churches. It can be as this big temple. Oh yeah, that's it. The Temple of Common Point. Yes. Ooh. Oh, where is it? Oh, there it is. Ah, the flame. To start off with this, I despise religion. All religions. If you want to get involved with the Common Point religion, the Common Point philosophy, call me. I'm going to give you a breakdown of what Common Point is, okay? Common Point is about being connected to Source, the energy of the universe, the energy within us, the energy around us, not some superstitious, God, or gods. Not make-believe. It's all based on fact about energy in the universe. There's an energy in the universe that creates life. There's an energy in the universe that creates us. There's energy in the universe that you can tap into to create anything you want. And it's not God. It's not religion. It's you personally. It's a personal connection. You have a personal connection with Source. I talk about it in my book. You can have a great life. You can have a phenomenal life. You can have great relationships. You can be happy. You can be content. You can be harmonious with life. That's one big factor about the Common Point philosophy. The Common Point religion. Maybe. The Common Point philosophy is about you on a personal level, not connected to some make-believe God that's going to fix your life. It's going to change your life. I was connected to Jesus and he changed my life. I was connected to whatever and that's going to change. It's all bullshit. You. I'm pointing to you. Only you can change your life. Unless I come up behind you and I hit you with a sledgehammer and knock you out, which would change your life. But why were you there? Who put you in the place where you were so I could hit you with a sledgehammer? You're walking down an alleyway in the middle of New York City. You're working in a bad part of town. You were a young girl hitchhiking. Who put you in that spot so somebody could whack you in the back of the head and do whatever wanted? You did. You. Only you. Not a God. Not religion. Can change your life. If you want to say, God did this for me. Jesus did for me. That is your fantasy. That is your make-believe. If that makes you feel good and fuzzy and warm and gives you a great life, good for you. Good for you. I'm not looking for you. I'm not looking to change you. I'm not looking to convince you because you have drunk the Kool-Aid and that's where you are. Will you pull out of that? Probably not. I'm not worried about those people. I could care less. I find them very offensive. I find them very taxing. I find it when I'm going out and I'm walking about out in the world and I see crosses hanging from people, and they're getting bigger and bigger, I find it to be very arrogant. Christianity is a very arrogant religion. It's about me, and look at my cross, and he died for me, and oh, I'm right and you're wrong. No, you're wrong, because you're an arrogant ass. Arrogance has no place in faith. Arrogance has no place in life. It doesn't serve you any good purpose. Arrogance doesn't serve a purpose for anybody except deflecting people from you, okay? When I see you come towards me, I smile, I try to be nice, I try to be professional, I try to be a kind and decent human being and say, okay, I'm gonna massage this person and deal with them, you know? But when I see them wearing that or any kind of symbols of this is what I believe, I'm thinking arrogance. That's what I feel. That's what I believe. That's what I see. I see arrogance. I don't see knowledge. I don't see wisdom. I don't see caring. I don't see understanding. I don't see harmony among all men, all creeds, colors, shapes, sizes, female, male, gay, straight, whatever you are. I don't see that in that. You know what I see? I see the very narrow-minded arrogance. That's what I see. So, you want to join my church? The Church of Common Point. What do you think? Got a good ring to it? You know, we could buy some land and start a compound and go, la, 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 Common Point. La, 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 la. No. Okay, enough for the goofing around that I probably pissed off some people already, but I don't care. Because if you're following me and you understand me and you've been following me for a while and you know what Common Point is about, I've told you a million times what this philosophy is about and what I believe and what I don't believe. And if you go away because of what I believe, that's your problem, not my problem. Because there's more fish in the sea. I want to draw people in. I call them my seekers. I want to draw my seekers. I want to draw the seeker, the individual that is a seeker, into my philosophy. Have them understand how this philosophy can help them in their life. The Common Point philosophy is about connecting to source. The energy around us, in us, around us, everywhere is source. And if you can focus on that source, that energy within you, you can create anything. You can create a great life. You can buy a house. You can buy a car. You can find a love of your life. You have a great family. Get a great education. If you can connect, if you do connect to that source energy in you. I'll give you a really simple, my head's crooked, simple example. You want to go to school. You want to get a better education. You want to connect to source, which is part of the Common Point philosophy. How, John, do I connect to source? By getting involved with the activity. Activity, the process of what you want. Whatever you want. If you want a better education, go to the school. Sign up. If you don't have the money, get a job. Make money every day. Think 24/7 on what you want. Think of that source. What is it that you want? You want that education. Go to that school. Walk on campus. Sit in classes. Talk to the teachers. Do whatever you can. Design your life completely, everything around that source. And when you do that, source itself will encompass you, will come to you, will be within you, will be around you, will surround you. It's very simple. The Common Point religion, stop. The Common Point philosophy is very simple. Absorb yourself into the environment that you want to become. Exclude yourself from the environment that you don't want to become. That's it. In a nutshell, that is the Common Point philosophy. It has nothing to do with believing in a God, following a religion, praying, wishing, going to church, giving tenets, all the other BS that you got to do with religion. In Common Point, it's as simple as that. You want to have a better education. You want to be a teacher. You want to be an English teacher. What are you doing about it? Connect to the source. Connect to source itself. Connect to the source. I want to be an English teacher. Go to the local college, sit in on the classes, talk to the teachers. Get a job where you can utilize that possibility. Get a job in the library. Don't get a job in a grocery store. If you want to be a grocery manager, get a job in a grocery store. If you want to be a English manager, if you want to learn English, get a job in a library. Surround yourself with that source. It's not rocket science. It's not complicated. Immerse yourself. I talk about immersion. Basic immersion is immerse yourself in the essence of that source. You want to be an English teacher. Immerse yourself into that source. If you're not in that environment, get out of that environment you're in. Because whatever your environment that you're in, whatever lifestyle you're living, whatever place you are living at, geographically, emotionally, physically, mentally, psychologically, whatever space you're in right now, that is the source you are consuming. That is the source you are expanding in. That's the source you're in. If you have a horrible life right now, look at the source around you. I'm living in a crappy neighborhood. I have a crappy job. I have a crappy boss. I don't make enough money. Why? Because you're in that environment. Get out of that environment. Seek a better source. Seek. I have read the Bible 4 times from cover to cover. I've watched videos on the Bible from cover to cover. Not because I'm a Christian. I am not a Christian. I'm not a religious person. I think it's all bullshit. But there's a lot of wise men, some women, that have written great things in those books. And there's one quote in the Bible that Jesus said, "Seek and you shall find. Seek and you shall find. Seek and you shall find." He was right. Do I believe he was the Son of God? I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know. I can't make that decision. Do I believe it? I don't know any of that. I'm an agnostic. I don't believe in any of that BS. I believe in reality, okay? But he was an amazing man. And he taught. His teachings were amazing. Not because he was proclaimed to be the Son of God, because he was a very wise man in his 30s. He was a young man. He was a very wise man at his age. So, what is source? Source, in my book, I believe is in everything. It's in my hand. It's in my jacket. It's in the lamps. It's in the book. It's in the pages. It's in the atmosphere. It's in the air. It's in the universe. It's in space. It's on the moon. It's everywhere. Source is everywhere. And you can connect to that source anytime you want to. Also, I truly believe that we as human beings and all living things can create source to work for us. When I say you want to be an English teacher and you want to go and get involved into the source of that, you're creating more source and you become that. There's a really good school right down the road from me called Full Sail. Don't get me wrong, it's a great school. But people go there and they spend $50,000, $60,000, $80,000 to go to the school. Okay? They are getting involved with the source of that industry, which is a good thing. And maybe there's a percentage of them that will do really well because they're in the source of that industry. Because that's how you make the connections. But do you have to go to that school to spend that kind of money? You don't need to get in debt for the rest of your life to connect to that source. You can do by walking in a local, simple local recording studio in Orlando, knock on the door and say, hey, I want to learn engineering. Crack the books. Go on YouTube. Go to the studio, empty the garbage cans. Can I run the board? Can I spend time? Can I sit in on the sessions when you're recording? You'll get the same knowledge. You get the same practical knowledge as spending $80,000. Go to the source to create source. Go to the source to create source, to open up your life like an umbrella. And everything will come to you. The Common Point religion. I'm going to open a retreat where I can teach this. And if you want to get involved with me building my retreat, contact me. I'm going to buy some property and we're going to do classes on how to connect to source and how to have an amazing life. So it probably will be the Common Point religion. But it's a religion of practicality. It's a religion of reality. It's a religion of connecting to what you want in life. It's not a religion of hopeful thinking. It's not a religion of wishful thinking. It's not a religion of praying. Take that out of your mind. Take that seed that was put in your mind that you gotta hope for things. Yeah, we are hopeful. We all have hope. I understand that. You know, I hope I have a better day tomorrow. Or if I'm sick, I hope I get better. But it's a wish. A wish, it's a prayer, it's a hope. It's a thought. But thoughts are not real until you act upon them. Prayers are not real until you act upon them. Hope is not real until you act upon hope. Common Point helps you act upon the hope of what you want. It's warm in here. The Common Point religion, maybe, is an amazing, amazing, amazing mindset. Whatever you want in life, if you want happy marriage, if you want the love of your life, if you want to be wealthy, all can be done through this philosophy. How do I know that? I know that because I've proven it in my own life. I created this philosophy 60 years ago. I worked on it and honed it. And I experimented with it and I tried it. How does source work? How does this interconnection work in our world, in me, in our universe? The other aspect of the Common Point philosophy, and I truly, truly believe this, that we might lose this if we get too much into AI. I truly believe that I can heal myself, that I can heal you, not just me. I truly believe all people have the ability to put hands on somebody or think about something and heal them. I truly believe that. And I practice that every day. I have arthritis in my hands. I have arthritis in my knees. Am I healing the arthritis? I'm trying. I think about it every day. I work on it every day. I think it would be a lot worse for me if I didn't believe that. And that belief creates hope. But hope only works if you act upon it. Going to church and praying only works if you act upon it, what you want. The Common Point Church. Why not? I'm ready. I am ready to teach this philosophy to you, to anybody that wants to learn it. And here's the thing. I want you to start with baby steps. I'm going to give you a little, small, what's the word I'm looking for? Assignment. A very small assignment. And I talked about this in one of my other videos, and I'm going to repeat it because not everybody probably saw it. I will prove to you that the entity of Source within us and around us and everywhere does exist. How, John? Like this. When your significant other walks through that door, your wife, your mother, your father, your child, your husband, take a moment, take 5 minutes, 5 minutes of your life, your busy life. Shut off your phone. Quiet the area. If the kids are yelling, screaming, tell them to be quiet. Shut off the television. Shut off everything. Get in a quiet space. Get in a quiet space. Explain to your significant other what you're going to do. John told me to do this. Take them. Shut off your phones. Shut off anything that's going to interrupt you, because all that technology destroys the pathway of Source. Take your significant other and just put your arms around them and hold them. Don't talk. Don't think. Just feel. Hold them tightly close to you for 5 minutes. And you will feel that essence, that energy, that Source energy between the two of you. You'll feel that warmth. You'll feel that energy mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally within both of your bodies that you are sharing. And let's say this book is them and this my hand is you, and you're holding each other. You become one. When you become one unit in that immersion, that's connecting to Source. That's creating that energy. It takes you 2 people to do that. Here's another example of Source working. Okay? I'm going to say this as gently and as kindly as I can. When you are making love to somebody, I'm not talking about just sex and having a good time and, whatever, we're doing this and just playing around. I'm talking about when you and your husband and your wife decide you want to have a child and you're making love and you reach that point where you climax together, that Source energy together, and that miracle happens. That miracle happens that all of a sudden ignites the pregnancy of the mom. That is Source creating another human being. Those are my examples of Source. Watch my other videos on how I've created businesses. I've become wealthy. I've also gone broke. But I use this philosophy for so many things. And I want to build my retreat so I can teach it and I can share it. The Common Point religion, it's not spiritual. It's not a God thing. It's not praying. It's not asking for things. Although when Jesus says, ask and you shall receive. Ask and you shall receive. It's not blatantly just saying, oh, I want food today. Boom, the food's there. It doesn't work that way. What he's saying, what I believe he was saying is that when you ask for something, it puts it in your mind to seek it. You know, you see the mountain. There's a mountain. You're walking towards the mountain. You ask yourself, is there food and water on the other side of the mountain? If you ask yourself that question enough times, if you ask that question to yourself enough times, when you get to the other side of the mountain, the food and water will be there. I want a better job. Here's another example of immersion, common point immersion. I want a better job. Don't be vague in your question. Don't be vague in your question. If you say, I want another job, source and your mind don't know what you're looking for. You want a job picking weeds, you want a job working in a grocery store, you want a job selling cars, you want a job being a babysitter, you want a job, what do you want to do? Oh, you didn't tell me. You said job. There's a billion jobs. Be very, very specific, very detailed on what kind of job you want. I want a job in the hospital. That's vague. I want a job in the hospital as a nurse. Better. I had a degree. I'm a nurse. I want a job in the hospital in Orlando. That's better. I want a job in a certain division of the hospital in Orlando. I want a job in a certain, and so this particular hospital. Boil it down to the basics. The more detail you can give yourself of what you want on the other side of that mountain, the more possibilities you have that source will deliver to you. When you go there, you'll have food and water, or you'll have that job. Be very, very detailed on what you want. And every single day, seek what you want. Seek what you want with the details. Seek and you shall find. But you cannot find until your mind understands what you want. Ha! I'm going to go. I love you guys. Get involved with the Common Point religion. Get involved with the Common Point philosophy. The Book of Common Point. You can change your life for whatever you want. Ask and you shall receive. But you must be clear on who, what, why, when, and where you ask that question. Gotta go. Bye now.